Well, good evening, everybody. This is an exciting night. My name is Rebecca Mead. I work with the team at the MEWS, and I coordinate the programs there, as well as the program that we're here to celebrate tonight, which is the MEWS Incubator program. It's a twice yearly program, and we've had, this is our second cohort, and we're really excited to be celebrating with them tonight. And I have to say that tonight's event is a little bit special for me because I've so enjoyed working with this team of 4 business owners that you're getting to hear from this evening. We've spent about 10 weeks together that went by very quickly. And I think, not only are they committed and passionate about their businesses, but they're also really fun. And I've had a really good time with them over these weeks of working together. And I really hope that coming out of the incubator, they not only have a more solidified business and business plan and confidence as business owners, but friendships with their fellow participants. And that was one of the most fun things about it for me anyway. Okay, so the incubator, the MEWS Incubator, is hosted by the MEWS and the Middlesex County Chamber of Commerce. And we are supported by CT Next, Pratt & Whitney, the City of Middletown, Middlesex Health, Liberty Bank, and Wesleyan University. And we work as the MEWS in conjunction with the Middlesex Chamber to provide support and technical assistance to startup businesses, small businesses, home-based businesses that are within Middlesex County. We also strive to build a community that encourages entrepreneurship within our region, not only for the benefit of our region, but also for the health of our local economy. And so while Jeff Pugliese is not able to join us at the beginning of the event tonight, he did do a pre-recorded welcome. And so I'm going to play that. Do let me know if you can't hear it, but I'm hoping that everyone can.
I'm Jeff Pugliese, VP at the Middlesex County Chamber of Commerce, and I'm coming to you from the MEWS Plus, which is our co-working space here at the Chamber office, but it's so much more. It's our entrepreneur development headquarters. And you, as our entrepreneurs, we want to support you. We want to make sure that you continue to grow. We want to make sure that you grow right here in Middlesex County, and that you not only support yourselves and your families, but you support our community, because that's what we're all about here. So I want to welcome you to Collision. I want to thank my good friend Rebecca Mead for putting this on, and she's doing a great job with MEWS Plus content and programming. But it's all about the entrepreneurs. It's all about you. So I want to wish you the best, welcome you again to Collision, wish you the best with your pitch, best of luck. And as you move forward beyond tonight's pitch competition, just know that you have a friend and a supporter in the MEWS and the Chamber of Commerce. We're here to support you. We're here to watch you grow. We're here to help you grow. And we're here to be a constructive partner moving forward. So best of luck. Go get them, and we'll see you on the back end. Thanks so much. Be well.
Well, thanks, Jeff. He'll be here tonight to help us announce the winner at the end, we hope. He has a few other meetings going on in the city of Middletown this evening. So give you a little bit of background about the incubator. It is a 9-week, 13 workshop program, very intense, and it provides the participants with a really nice foundational understanding of business and help them refine their business ideas and work through the initial stages of their business while they are with us in the program. We work on topics such as business and strategy, accounting and finance, human resources, legal consideration, including the legal formation of businesses, marketing research, social media, all that, and as well as technology and how to use that right for the business and to take advantage of it. And so they say it takes a village to raise a child, but I can't disagree with that when it's coming to talk about starting a business. And we're really fortunate to have an experienced and generous team of folks as part of the program. And I'd like to thank them all for their time, their expertise, and the guidance that they have given and are continuing to give to our participants. And really am thrilled to see how the participants' networks have grown with such great high caliber connections that we have here in Middlesex County. So we've been blessed with Jim Jackson from the Connecticut Small Business Development Center, who's with us here tonight, Elizabeth Galetta with Martha Kalina, Cheryl Rice with Outreach Strategies, Anthony Price with Loot Scout, who I believe is also with us tonight, Michaela Kingsley with the Patricelli Center for Entrepreneurship at Wesleyan University. Sarah DePino is here. She's with Waypoint Accounting Services in Killingworth. Sheila McKinley Bell with Shoreline HR Consultants. Amy Albert, who is not only a pitcher, but also a program participant who taught us about social media with Amari Communications. Susan Beckman with the town of Old Saybrook. Tom Morano with the city of Middletown. Jeff Pugliese with the Middlesex Chamber, and Rosemary Ostfeld with Wesleyan University and her business called Healthy Plan Eat. And I believe Rosemary's here as well tonight. So again, so thankful for all of their time and energy and commitment to helping our startups. It's so very, very appreciated. So I thought I'd go through like how we're gonna roll tonight, how we're gonna have this happen. Each participant, and there are 4 in our cohort, have recorded a 5-ish minute pre-recorded video, and they'll use that as their pitch. I'll introduce them, and then we will play the pitches. Following the pitch, we're going to open up for questions and answers. So if you have questions for or comments or feedback for the pitchers, please feel free to use the chat function, or you can raise your hand, unmute yourself, and ask directly. And we'll have about 5 minutes for that after each one of the pitches this evening. And while you are listening to the pitches tonight, please consider a few things. First, each of these pitchers has worked very hard on their businesses and their pitch for this evening, and are looking for really constructive feedback and questions that not only support their businesses, but their continued improvement and growth. The 4 incubator participants are not really competing against each other. While we do call this collision, they're very supportive of each other, and we want it to be that way. So we'd like you to still consider, though, 4 voting criteria at the end when you're evaluating who you'll vote for. Is this an original idea? Does the business, in your opinion, have potential for long-term success? Does it provide a useful solution to a real problem that people experience? And does it make a social impact? And so once the pitches have completed this evening, we'll pop up a voting tool, and then it's your turn to go ahead and vote for the pitch that you feel meets those criteria the best. I'll then tally the votes and we'll announce the winner. And tonight's winner receives not only a sense of accomplishment for everything that they've done over these 10 weeks, but also a $100 downtown Middletown business gift card, which can be used in a variety of local establishments in Middletown. And now that we're getting out in public again, it's really that much more fun. So without further ado, we're going to start our pitches tonight. Our first pitch is from Amy Albert from Amari Communications. And Amari Communications provides, digital communication strategy and management, specializing in women and minority-owned businesses.
Hi, I'm Amy Albert, and my company is Amari Communications, LLC. I'm the digital marketing manager for Metro Hartford Alliance and the Hartford Chamber of Commerce. The problem that my company seeks to solve is providing women and minority-owned businesses with digital marketing, websites, social media, and email newsletters. This is important to me because historically, women and minorities have been economically marginalized. McKinsey & Company found that the percentage of women considering leaving the workplace has grown. Other people should care because diversity and inclusion programs have grown by 25% in the last year. My product is digital marketing, creation, strategy, and management of websites, social, and email. An example of my work on a website is the one I did for a friend, Molly McAllister. You can see that I intensified the color to show the different levels of her product. Here's some examples of social media that I've done, showcasing the same content on different platforms, a still photo on Facebook and a video on Instagram. And here is a TikTok video.
Hey, I'm Amy, and I'm from Hartford Chamber of Commerce. If you tag your Hartford restaurant,
and that was to promote gift cards. Here's an example of a social media kit that I put together. We start with tags and hashtags. We use bit.ly links, customized content for different social platforms, and a graphic. I didn't create this graphic. My business model is an LLC with project-based pricing structure. Creation is a one-time fee. Strategy and management are both on an initial 3-month basis with the option to shift to month-to-month subscription fee. I made these choices to help businesses get what they need while acknowledging the ebb and flow of capital. My competition is Machiaris, who has as a client the state of Connecticut with its accompanying big budget, and Little Marketing Genius, whose focus is millennials and has a testimonial from a self-funded business from Fairfield County. These two markets couldn't be more different from the one I'm targeting. Amari Communications is the only one who focuses on women and minority-owned businesses with 10 years of experience stretching nonprofit dollars and an understanding of the unique challenges of a mid-career change. The market is those going through a midlife career change, those starting a second career by choice, those starting over not by choice, but after losing a job, for example, to the COVID-19 economic downturn, and the underemployed of all ages. In other words, the underdogs. My path. I'm going to give presentations at all the chambers of commerce throughout Connecticut. People can hear me out. Those for whom my message resonates will convert to leads, and leads will convert to customers. I did an analysis of hourly rate versus project-based pricing and decided to go with a project-based pricing structure. I'm going to focus on working with specific website platforms, create email templates, and use social scheduling software like Hootsuite to post and schedule content quickly and efficiently, giving me the ability to take on more clients and hire more people. Progress to date. Summer 2020, my friend Molly asked for help, and I asked myself, is there a market for this? Winter 2021, I met Rebecca Mead, and she said, yes, there is. Spring 21, I joined MEWS and incorporated Amari Communications LLC. May 2021, I built my website, wrote my business plan, presented MEWS Collision event, which brings us to the moment we are in right now. The future. After a year of experience, next summer, I plan to work with women and minority political candidates who also need digital marketing and are faced with a bit of a monopoly in the area of campaign consulting. Who I've spoken to. Michaela Kingsley, director at the Patricelli Center of Social Entrepreneurship at Wesleyan. She talked about interconnectedness and relationship building in social entrepreneurship and put words to the concepts that I'd long had. From Anthony Price of Take the Money and Run, I learned about investors, grants, loans, and payments. Elizabeth Kalina taught me that when you sign a contract, you sign more than just your name. And finally, Jim Jackson, business advisor at the Connecticut Small Business Development Center, steered me clear of my nonprofit notions. My partners will be the Middlesex Chamber of Commerce, the Connecticut Small Business Development Center, Women's Economic Development Center, and Steam Train Middletown. My ask, if you know someone who might benefit from connecting with me, please refer them. If you'd like to work for me, reach out. And if you'd like to hire me, let's connect. I appreciate your time. I'd like to thank CT Next and thank you for the opportunity to present to you this evening. Hi, I'm Amy.
Okay, do we have questions for Amy on her pitch, on her business idea? Maybe. Let's see, I got a direct message. It says you said you worked full-time at Metro Hartford Alliance and Hartford Chamber of Commerce. So how do you envision doing that while you start your own business?
Thank you for your question. As a 50-year-old woman, I have a lot of experience doing a lot of different things all at the same time. The busier I am, the sharper my skills and sort of the more efficient I work. So I don't envision, I envision it being an incredibly productive and exciting time.
Any other questions for Amy tonight? I'm just checking to see if anyone has their hands up. Okay. I have one for you, if that's okay. Your business wants to help people in their pursuit of their career. So tell me, who helped you along with your career?
No one. You're looking at her. I graduated with a master's degree in history and almost 20 years ago, and I have had to create a career out of a lot of starts and stops, reinventions. And, I read a quote by Shirley Chisholm, which said, if they won't give you a seat at the table, bring up a chair. And I have to say, I have had to build my own table. And I guess that's sort of why I have this passion for helping other people build their own tables too.
Super. Well, Nan has a question for you, asking you, do you plan to collaborate with other small business owners for client deliverables?
Yes, I thank you so much for that question, Nan. Yeah, I think that's really the future of this interconnected world that we live in. I was actually talking to someone who said, that they often contract out with folks who provide services that they don't necessarily provide, and it's like the more everybody collaborates, the more creative and the more exciting opportunities there are. So yeah, I absolutely do.
Thanks, Amy. Okay, so our next pitch this evening is from Cecile Simon. She is with Jackson's Clothing for Small Dogs. And she wrote her little blurb here from Jackson's point of view. Jackson is her Chihuahua, saying that we small dogs need to wear clothes because our little bodies get chilled easily in the cool weather. And this can lead to having a little cold or pneumonia or hypothermia. And clothes can also help to keep small dogs from overheating in the hot weather and protect them from skin allergies. Her plan with Jackson's Clothing for Small Dogs is to have apparel that is made from 100% cotton and will keep all of the fellow small dogs comfortably dressed and looking good. So let's hear from Cecile.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cecile Simon, and I'm the founder of Jackson's Clothing for Small Dogs, a small business which specializes in apparel and accessories. Small dogs need to wear clothes to protect their little bodies from being chilled or overheated, and their skin from allergens. Jackson, a chocolate Chihuahua, is the family pet of several households. In exchange for his unconditional love, he gets quite an assortment of gifts. As brick and mortar stores have been closed due to the pandemic, we shopped for Jackson online. Some of the small dog clothes were not of the best quality and didn't fit well. And some of the items, Jackson even moved as if he was uncomfortably dressed. Jackson's Clothing for Small Dogs will sell high-quality cotton clothing and offer a fresh, fun online shopping experience. Jackson will model the clothing so that you'll actually see how the small dog looks and moves in it. Avatars will also model clothes. Jackson's Clothing for Small Dogs will consist of shirts, hoodies, sweaters, hats, coats, and footwear, including some items for small dogs and their owners, like a matching scarf set. Accessories will include collars, towels, blankets, and mugs. To give you an idea of the look we're going for, here's a picture of a dog or dogs modeling something similar to what we might sell at Jackson's. Jackson's will start off with an Etsy store to generate sales and then move to selling from Jackson's website. Jackson's will advertise at pet-centric establishments like local pet stores, veterinarian offices, participate at pop-up stores, and seasonal events like fairs and farmer markets. As 63% of shoppers are more likely to buy from brands that support social causes, we will partner with a local animal shelter and donate a percentage of Jackson's sales to them. Petco and Chewy.com are examples of businesses where you can order clothing for small dogs. They are hugely successful and are associated with social causes. Some of the unique selling points for Jackson's are an online shopping experience unlike anything else, providing originally designed clothing, which has not been mass-produced, fashion collections for spring, summer, winter, and fall, and limited runs. Custom monogramming will be available. Our initial target market is millennials and baby boomers. Fortune Business Insights forecasts that the pet clothing market will grow to $7 billion between 2021 and 2028. Jackson's Clothing for Small Dogs will answer the need of the consumer's desire to clothe and accessorize their small dogs. In order to capture a larger segment of the market, we'll advertise on social media, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. I spoke to several successful small business owners about my desired business and was told to follow my passion, be patient, as it will take time to develop this business. Research all that it will take to own this type of business and be bold. One of my supporters is in this very same MEWS Incubator program. As the owner of a Chihuahua, Amy Albert suggested the great marketing scarf idea for the small dog and its owner. Moving forward, I will complete the business plan. Within the next 2 months, we will register Jackson's Clothing for Small Dogs as a business. In 6 to 9 months, we will own an Etsy store. Within a 9 to 12 month period, Jackson's Clothing for Small Dogs website will be up and running. In addition to these goals, the original designs for the clothing will be in progress. We will research how much product needs to be sold in order for the business to be operational and all other aspects of owning a small business. And now a little about me. I have a BA in theater from Smith College. I've worked in various lines of business. I've taken several classes at the Middlesex Chamber of Commerce through the Professional Training and Development Program, the Side Street to Main Street Minority Business and Leadership Development Program, and just completed the MEWS Spring 2021 Incubator Program. I want to thank everyone for your attention to my business. I'd like to ask for your feedback on what could help take my startup to the next level. Thanks for listening. We may be reached at cecilemsimon1@gmail.com.
Thanks, Cecile. Any questions for Cecile and her business? Amy?
Yes, when can I order my matching mommy doggy scarf and outfit? And do I initial the scarf with his initials and his outfit with my initials, or how maybe we could talk about that offline?
Okay, sorry about that. I had an issue unmuting. Amy, I'm thinking about a year. I'll be in touch with you and let you know.
I have some drawings and some ideas we can make.
Oh, good, good, good. I'm open. And thank you again for the idea you've given me already. Thank you. Forward to more.
So, because I own big dogs, Cecile, tell me, why do small dogs need clothing?
They need clothing for various reasons. First of all, because their bodies are so small and they're unable to retain heat. They need to have clothing in the wintertime to keep them warm. In the summer, it's necessary for them to have clothing because, like us who protect ourselves from the sun, they do also. And as far as allergens are concerned, their skin will be protected from them. And some of those allergens are pollen like cedar, ash, oak, grass and weed, mold, mildew, and house mites. So that's why they need clothes.
Thank you. I didn't realize that. Thank you. We have a question from Sarah DePino. She asked, will you design the clothing and have pieces made or purchase inventory already made that you can feature in your Etsy store?
Probably both. I would really like to go with the original design, but just to keep things going, we may have to do both, but still with an emphasis on original designs.
Thanks, Cecile.
Thank you.
Our next pitcher this evening is James Kant from Local Business Protection, LLC. Their focus is to help businesses stop competing against false competition. And it only takes 3 competitors to outrank a business on Google Maps before losing virtually all traffic. They run an extensive audit on the business's critical keywords and report any fake competition to Google to review and remove. They provide ongoing monitoring as fake competition is relentless. Let's watch James's pitch.
Good evening, everyone. My name is James Kant, and I'm the CEO of Local Business Protection. Our mission is to defend communities and local businesses from fraudulent listings that plague Google Maps. Google Maps is the lifeblood of all local businesses worldwide. As a digital marketer, my job was making my clients outrank others in Google Maps. And I had a theory, and soon after, I took on my own client to put my theory to the test. I theorized that removing enough fake listings, I could see tremendous jumps in ranks. And after reporting 40 listings to Google, I saw an increase of 1,216% in visibility in just 5 days. Such a change so quickly is not normal. But the job didn't end there. 2 months later, another 48 listings were identified as fake and removed because the hackers are very used to a churn and burn approach. The listing goes down, make 2 more. It never ends, and Google can't stop them. And I discovered in some markets, there are so many fake listings and listings in violation, if they didn't exist, the real listings would naturally appear on top. That means a startup has a higher chance to survive its early stages, and an established business can spend less time on marketing and more on other efforts. And for local governments, the more businesses that are born and survive, the more taxes can be drawn, which lessens the need to increase taxes elsewhere. The goal of our business is for zero false competition to exist in Google Maps. The closer we get to this goal, the less our communities will fall victim to scams and theft. The more local businesses around the world will be born and thrive. The closer we get to this goal, the less resources marketing agencies will have to dedicate to Google Maps, and the more revenue governments can generate off local businesses. Because I'm willing to bet the people behind the fake listings aren't paying their taxes. How does our service work? A client gives us a link to their Google Map URL and a list of keywords they want monitored. Our automation runs an audit and lists out all your competition in a 13 by 13 mile area. Our team then manually checks all your competition and reports any violators to Google. Clients can log into our dashboard and see daily reports. Clients can also see what listings are being monitored and which have been removed. Once every 24 hours, our platform checks to ensure removed listings stay gone. If a removed listing reappears, our team re-audits it to see if it should still be removed. Since the hackers are used to replacing fake listings, we went with a subscription-based model. To determine our prices, we look at how often the individual market is spammed, how many keywords you want monitored, and how often we conduct the process. 95% of our clients would only need monthly checks. Why us? Well, there's only one other company known to fight fake listings on Google Maps. Our competitor charges a retainer fee of $25 a month per listing you control, plus another $35 a month for every listing they remove. You have to manually tell them which fake listings you want removed. This means you have to investigate which listings actually harming you. And if you choose wrong, there's no refund. And if the listing comes back, you still have to pay another $35 again. If you remember us removing the 40 listings in 5 days for our client, our competitor would charge $1,425 plus the hidden costs of your time and research. Backed by a combination of automation and our team, we charge a flat monthly rate of $59.99 a month and did all the work for them. You, as our client, never have to lift a finger except to log in and see our progress. Our goal is to make affordable pricing for all businesses, down to the smallest shop in Google. Our target market consists mostly of digital marketing agencies that focus on local businesses. A digital marketing agency normally works with a few hundred local businesses and will have the strongest understanding of how serious the issue is and would impact society the fastest. Next are government agencies. Due to the harm fake listings cause, once governments step in, we can increase our resources to defend entire cities or towns and not just individual businesses. And finally, but most importantly, is the local business himself. Local businesses are the true victims of fraudulent listings. On February 11th, 2020, we obtained our first client, who is our largest client today. On February 10, 2021, we officially became an LLC and completed our client-facing platform. Today, we protect 24 Google My Business listings, monitor 229 keywords, and have successfully removed 1,433 listings in violation of Google's terms of service. In the next month or so, we will finalize a contract with a large company. We will audit over 1 million Google Map listings in an effort to help revitalize South Africa. And we plan to create a co-working relationship with Google to help them address fake listings and false competition. In the future, we will create a solution to protect businesses from having a Google Map listing hijacked, as well as a solution to fight against fake reviews. On top of that, we'll provide an ever-growing resource of free training material for anyone to access. To succeed, we need the help of Google to work alongside us and increase awareness and their aggression against fake listings. We also need the voice of news outlets to increase awareness, and we need government agencies to step in and help protect our communities. I'm calling upon all government agencies to step in and take a long, serious look at the damages being done to real local businesses. It will take government intervention for us to make a serious strides against the plague that is fake businesses. And if you're a local business owner, ask your team what they're doing to defend your business from false competition. And if you're a consumer, spread awareness on what you learned today. Not everything is what it appears to be on Google Maps. You may call me on my cell or email me with any questions you may have. Thank you for listening today.
Thanks, James. I think that I am joined by the rest of our participants in the incubator when we just went, wow, when we saw what his business actually does, and because we had no idea. So please send questions to James. We have one that's just popped in. Amber asks, James, for a startup that is nationwide, how would it work? Does one need to just start with small territories first?
Great question, Amber. So anyone in the world that has a presence on Google Maps is also going to be a very strong potential victim of fraudulent listings. We can operate with any single business worldwide because Google Maps serves worldwide. And all we would need to handle that protection is the map URL of the listing and the keywords that they deem important to their business.
Thank you. Walt, go ahead.
Hi, James. My question was, I'm just trying to understand the fake listings. Sure. I understand the reason a company would put out a fake listing is to suppress other competitions.
Of
but
course.
If they're doing that, aren't they also suppressing their own legitimate business too?
No. So this is a really good question. So let's say I'm a law firm, and let's say I operate out of Boston, but I want a bigger reach. Naturally, a listing in Boston is not going to rank further than even 5 miles from the office due to just all the competition. But if they were to make fake listings surrounding the greater area, they would then have all these satellite listings that would drive traffic to their main office. This would in turn lower the ranks for other legitimate businesses and allow them to capture more traffic. If they open legitimate offices, that's great, but just spamming Google's Maps is not a tactic that's with Google's terms of services.
James, what are some of the biggest industries that get hit?
Excellent question, Rebecca. So any industry that has a intent of a client trying to reach out without really researching much is likely to be a victim of fraudulent listings. So personal injury attorneys, while you might research down the line, your first instinct is to pick up the phone to just try to make a call. Plumbing, maybe you have a pipe that breaks. You're not really going to research the company too quickly. You just want the pipe to get fixed by anyone who can fix it. And home improvement in general is a very spam category.
Great, thank you. Amy.
I think you're on mute.
Hi. Can I hire you? Because as soon as I incorporated Amari Communications, I started getting letters and texts and phone calls about how my company's ready to be, Google, let us help you help your company get noticed. And
of course,
I have like a cache of these things, and I want to show them to you so that you can say, yeah, no, they're basically calling you to ask you to renew your car warranty.
I could definitely take a look for sure.
Okay, cool.
It's good to be found sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. All right. Thanks, James. And our final pitcher this evening is Yasmin Ugurlu, and I know I'm butchering that, and I apologize, Yasmin. Yasmin runs a business called Reboot Eco, and her statement is that the most effective way for a consumer to reduce the amount of plastic waste and pollution is by avoiding single-use plastic in general. Reboot Eco offers zero waste products and solutions for a more sustainable lifestyle. She's currently featuring refill stations for household cleaners and bath products, and Reboot Eco can be found at pop-up events in and around Middlesex County with zero waste products and education to help reduce, reuse, and reboot. So let's hear from Yasmin.
Greetings. Thank you all for taking the time. My name is Yasmin, and I am the founder of Reboot Eco, where we promote a more sustainable lifestyle by offering a different way to consume products. I'll start out with a question for you. Do you recycle? Most of us think that putting things in the recycling bin is the answer. At least I did until recently. But did you know most plastic isn't actually recyclable? And the problem isn't just limited to landfills. Plastic has made it into our food stream. Earlier this year, microplastics were even found in the placentas of 2 newborns. In case you haven't heard of microplastics before, they are small fragments of plastic from plastic garbage breaking down in our oceans and from microbeads found in health and beauty products. Now, as if our current predicament weren't dire enough already, plastic production is projected to grow by 60% by 2030. So what do? We need to reboot our way of thinking, our habits, and our lifestyles. Reboot Eco offers opportunities to reduce unnecessary packaging and reuse containers and other items found at home whenever possible. With refill stations for household cleaners and bath products, we make it possible to avoid the purchase of more single-use plastic and repurpose various containers that already exist in the home. Zero waste is a philosophy and approach to packaging that started as a social movement 20 years ago. You may be familiar with bulk food options in natural food stores, nuts, grains, flours, and the like. Now you can even find kombucha and olive oil filling stations in some stores in Connecticut. Zero waste stores expand on that bulk food concept and include and often focus on household cleaners and bath products. Zero waste stores focus on waste prevention and reduction and prioritize reducing and reusing over recycling. There are zero waste stores that have become almost common all over Europe, Canada, South Africa, Australia, etc. And there are more and more popping up in the US and recently in the New England area. There's many that I've listed, and there's a crowdfunding project for another one in Rhode Island, but still no comprehensive zero waste store in Connecticut. Along with refill stations at pop-up events, zero waste products and accessories are a good source of revenue. In order to get more of these types of products to consumers, I've launched an online store, and I'm working on setting up refill stations in shops around the area and developing partnerships with small businesses that would offer more consistent and long-term business. I consider 2 different angles when I consider competition. On the one hand, there are some online retailers that offer more sustainable products and even some alternatives to plastic packaging. And on the other hand, you have budget options and what we're familiar with in market chains. Online is a convenient option, but it's not for everyone, and especially when you look at the cost. And budget stores have no opportunity to reuse, and these shelves are stocked with greenwash products. My initial target market is younger women, those raising families with younger kids, aware of the environmental issues that we're faced with and seeking better options. I will always be striving to be inclusive and accessible, but I understand that in order to do that more successfully down the line, I need to have a strategic focus on the market that is ready for Reboot Eco's products and services. In the meantime, I will continue to work on educating all, accessing low-income families, and expanding permanent refill stations. I started to build on the idea in March of this year, and I began to launch various components in April, and May has been a busy month of growth. As I started to do events and sell the products, I quickly realized that the refill stations alone were not going to create enough revenue to allow me to grow the business. So I pivoted to include more zero waste products and accessories, as I mentioned, and I've launched the online store that offers these types of products through drop shipping. And I plan to include items I have in stock once I can carry a larger inventory. There's lots more in the works at the moment. This weekend, I'll be opening the first permanent refill station at another business. Farmers market season opens in the next few weeks, so opportunities to reach more people and grow awareness will increase pretty significantly. And throughout the summer, I'll continue to grow various components of outreach, education, and partnerships. And my goal is to grow my customer base and the demand for sustainable zero waste products enough to open a brick and mortar store by the end of the farmers market season. While the first year of the business will be more focused on making money and getting the business to a sustainable point, I will continue to keep working on establishing a foundation built around the values that spurred me to start this venture. Inclusivity, sustainability, and accessibility are my priorities and will be what drives this business in its mission to success. My hope is that through spreading awareness about my venture, I may identify opportunities for collaboration with like-minded businesses and nonprofits to allow for collaborations for educational programming and raising awareness. My years of experience in development have taught me that ventures such as this are always more effective with multiple partners to pool resources and champion the cause. I will leave you with a favorite quote of mine from the brilliant Maya Angelou. Do the best you can until you know better. Then, when you know better, do better. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Yasmin. Do we have any questions for Yasmin, either through the chat or Amy, I see your hand up. Go ahead.
Where is your first refill station? I've been busy with this other project I've been doing, so I haven't had a chance to use your Reboot, but I really want to start using it. Where is this first station going to be?
So there is a farm stand, the Cold Spring Farm Stand that supports the Lake Hayward community in Colchester. They have a very large farm stand where their CSA pickup is throughout the week, as well as they have some special bi-week programs. They've got a little coffee station and they have a lot of local goods in there. And like I said, the lake community is growing there. So it should be a pretty good spot for the Colchester community to go to. So yes, they're doing a grand reopening this weekend. So we're gonna get our stuff in there in time.
Can you put the address in the chat, please? Thank you.
You're on the list of people that will get notified when it's all up. It's still very much in the works, so until it's actual.
All right. Well, I'll be there with my pocketbook waiting.
Amber has a question, Yasmin. What types of products will be in the refill stations?
Thank you, Amber. That's a great question. So there's actually quite a spread of possibilities that I'm able to get in bulk and offer at refill stations. At the moment, I have laundry detergent, hand soap, hand and body soap, dish soap, all-purpose cleaner, and dishwashing detergent. All of those come in a scent and also an unscented. But there are also down the line, there will be specific cleaners such as glass cleaner, floor cleaner, wood polish, etc., that I will also feature when the demand increases.
Great. Hey, what are the best types of containers? Do we bring our own? Can we bring our own, or what would you recommend?
That is also fantastic. I already like that you're thinking about it, planning on how to do it. I like that. So bringing one's own is always, the preference, because reusing what we already have in the home, we've already bought something that's single-use plastic. Throwing it away and starting out fresh isn't necessarily the best option. At some point, of course, that can be done. But bringing in whatever container one has in one's home is great. And if not, I have all kinds of different mason jars and other reusable glass containers at the moment that can be either used as the vessel to bring home and dump into whatever container you have at home, Or I have attachments, pumps and sprayer attachments for the mason jars, so one can use that as the actual dispenser at home.
Sure. And last question is, where do you have plans or a location planned already for your brick and mortar come November?
It's got to be Middletown. It's got to be
Good
Middletown.
answer.
So that is the plan. I've already been scoping out spots. I'm dreaming way too big right now, but there's already some spots I've got my eye on. But I've just, gotta drop the business a little bit more before I can make that leap.
Absolutely. Sarah asked, do you have a pricing structure for the refills?
I do. I charge by the ounce at the moment. The plan is when there is eventually down the line a brick and mortar and product, the product that I'll offer, it will expand into things. Right now I'm offering toothpaste tablets rather than the toothpaste that we're familiar with in the non-recyclable tubes. So there's a lot of things like that, and powdered cleaners in bulk and all of these other products. Once I start to offer those, then I'll be charging by weight and using a tera scale to tear out the weight of the containers and all of that. But right now it is by the ounce.
Okay, super. Thank you. Great. Yeah, Amy?
Wouldn't it be cool if there was like a co-working space where all four of us could be in the same area and like someone could come in and buy their Chihuahua outfit and they could get their toothpaste tablets and they could consult with James about protecting their business, and then they could come to me and we could do some social media posts about their dog with the Chihuahua outfit.
What I'm hearing is that big space I have my eyes on, I can get, because I'll just put turn a chunk of it into a co-working space where we
There
can
you
all
are.
Great.
Yay!
Done.
You see, everyone, what I mean by the friendships that were built? This has been fun. This is why it was so much fun. So thank you all for a wonderful night of pitches. We are going to vote now. So for the audience, remember, we have our 4 criteria: originality, long-term potential, solving a real problem, and social impact. So I am going to go ahead and launch the poll. And I'll give it a few minutes because there's quite a few of us on this call tonight. So go ahead and make your vote. Ooh, it's close. Very close. 90% voted. This is a good turnout, folks. Can we get that last person to vote? If you haven't voted, please do. I can't. So
Rebecca, I think I signed in as a civilian, so it's asking me to vote, but I don't think I should.
you can vote. You should vote.
Did everybody?
Twice.
Oh,
You can only vote once.
Oh, the participants get to vote?
The pitchers should vote for themselves. No? Or their favorite colleague. All right, we have 100% of the vote. Woo-hoo-hoo. With 100% reporting, our winner this evening, anyone want to do a drum roll, please? Is James Kant with
Yay!
Local Business Protection.
Yay! Yay!
Congratulations, James.
Thank you.
This is great. And congratulations to you all. I mean, I have, over this 4 weeks, over these 9 weeks, I've seen a tremendous amount of confidence and just different viewpoints of how you saw yourself before and how you see yourself now. So that's the most fun part of the whole thing and really rewarding. You've all done such a tremendous, tremendous job. And so we will send out some communications about this and hopefully get some more attention to your ventures going forward. And, I'd like just to thank everybody for coming tonight, to all of our audience members for participating this evening and for your support with our startups. Oh, there's Jackson. See, we can see Jackson. Please feel free to reach out to any of our pitchers with additional questions or areas that maybe you can help support them with their growth, because that's what it's all about, is developing a community. And I'd really love to see you all at our next collision pitch event, which we hopefully, with every intent, plan on doing in person in Middletown. And we would love to see you in person then. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe if you aren't on our list already. And enjoy the Memorial Day weekend. It's supposed to be a very lovely one. And we will see you very, very soon with another collision competition. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you. Take care.